Hello everyone and welcome to another Legacy stream here on Togol's MTG. So this past weekend I went to the Arcanis event. That's a very famous tournament held in Spain where you play like a lot of formats. So Friday I played the Modern event, losing the finals with Tron. Saturday I did a medium 2-2 with Gorios in the Legacy main event. But Sunday I got the win with Nadu in Legacy. We were 62 players, probably only 61, because there was one player who didn't show up because he was sleeping drunk. So, and this is the deck I played. It's Bant Nadu. I wanted to play Blue Cloud Post at the event, and my friend Dario got both days in the Legacy events top 8 with the Blue Cloud Post. Probably a similar list I was gonna play. And I thought, yeah, looking at the metagame the day earlier, I also had Blood Moon decks. I saw a lot of Show and Tell decks. I saw a lot of Dimir tempo decks, some Izzet tempo decks, Blue Cloud Post, some Blood Moon decks. So I thought, yeah, the Nadu deck seems like a good choice. I like this deck. It always threatens me well. In this case, here is me posing with the trophy. This is the list. This list is the one who posted online. There was some typo on the deck list, and the 3 Teferis were not there. So just as a fast thing, I play no Endurance, no Caracas, no Uro, and that's the main cards. And also I play Bristol Oval Size Cap card. And in this case, this is a list, and we were going to see the list I played last year. For some reason, it's not here. Okay, this is the list I played at the Eternal Weekend Europe to get 12. So, Bristol, Delighted, now. So, 1 consigned to memory in the main deck and 2 Teferis. So, this deck list is exactly the same main deck I play it in the Eternal Weekend Europe. The main changes, because Forge and Vexing Bubble was a card, I played instead of the 3rd Teferi consigned to memory. The rest is literally the same. The sideboard obviously changes because that's something you have to adapt. And this is the, let's see, maybe here it is. No, seems like not. Yeah, okay, maybe an MTG top 8. Not all the webs had the same Nadu here. Okay, found it. So in this case, this is the one I played 1 month earlier. In this case, it's exactly the same deck list, just changing the consigned to memory we saw in the other list for Keenate Curator, because Reanimator was more prevalent at that tournament, or at least that was my... But if you see, this 3 deck lists only are different in 1 card. Same 59 cards, just consigned to memory, Keenate Curator. I've been playing sometimes Tamillo in that spot, sometimes another Prismatic Ending. Just this list has been very, very tested and has been quite successful. I tested a lot for that event. Primary, working on the mana base, people tend to play this similar mana base with different fetches, because you need the green fetches for Dryad Arbor. That's not needed. I want that my mana base is good against Wasteland. Wasteland is much more relevant than finding with your green fetches the Dryad Arbor. Yeah, Curator is not that great. That's true. In this case, they tend to play 4 Windswept Heath, 4 Mystery Rainforest, 1 Flooded Strand. And that means that you only have 5 sources to get your planes, which is a great card against the Wasteland decks. And now I have at least 6 sources to get. Also, I have 6 sources to get each basic. Usually people play the white-green Survey Land instead of Archive, and instead of the second Savannah, they play Caracas. Caracas is a great card, but it's very bad. The white mana does nothing, and having 2 almost colorless lands in your deck is so bad. Like, yeah, it's true, it protects Nadu, it protects Bristol, yeah, whatever, I don't care. That you have to exactly have the Caracas when Nadu is relevant, and in my testing, it has been worse than better. It's true that with as much Tamillo as in the format, Caracas sometimes is good, but They just went to attack and you bounce it, and then they play Brainstorm, and your Caracas did nothing for the rest of the game. So I don't think Caracas is a card really worth the slot in the deck. So, and also having more Savannas and more of the blue surveillance, I come to the conclusion that having more blue surveillance made the deck better. And the early game, you wanted to probably search in your first turn usually is Tropical or Tundra. So if you don't have a spell, you probably want to get Hedgemix or Archive to be able to Brainstorm or Ponder on turn 2. So in my testing, this has been a better mana base than any other I've tested. Yeah, just my ideas. Might be right, might be wrong. Then going into Bristibil, I think Bristibil is better than the cat because the cat needs you to always target the same creature to get the big advantage of it. And while Bristibil is legendary, the cat makes that when you play the cat, the creatures that you play after it, you can start targeting with Bill and they will grow. So, and also if you have the cat on board and you want to attack for them, if you find a Ponder, you don't want to really keep, when you already have 4 lands, a land to be able to put counters on things. While if you're flooded, you can just, instead of trying to get more lands, especially the 5th land or the 6th land, you want to just play spells, but pump your Bristibil to a bigger creature or your other creatures. And I've been liking Bristibil much more than the Size Cat Cap. I've tested the cap and it was just terrible every time, while Bristibil could spray the counters. I think cat becomes great if you commit to playing multiple cats. Yeah, that might be, but I don't want to play multiple cats. Bristibil is already one of the weakest casts in the deck. You need it because it combos with Nadu. So playing more cats is like, yeah, it makes up your game. I'm a combo deck. I am not a midrange deck. I win my games by comboing, and this happens. So you can play also a split of Halflings and Hirach, but while Halfling is so strong, while the format has Bowmaster in it, I don't want to have creatures that die to Bowmaster. Dryad Arbus is always sometimes a bad card, so not dying to Bowmaster, blocking pretty well, having some combos with Nomads, that's what it makes me play Halflings over Hirach. And then I like to play 2 Prismatic Ending. I like to play 2 Prismatic Ending that much that I play a third in the sideboard. This is because Tamiyo exists and you need to kill Tamiyo, especially if it's flipped. So yeah, Prismatic Ending is a great card there. Then what I don't play Uro. I have felt that I never ever Greenstone Zenith for Uro. There are some games where you can be on top deck mode and don't have Nomads, and maybe now green the game against Blue-Red Delver or Dimir, you could Zenith for Uro and keep the ball rolling. That happens not that much, and Uro is great when you draw it in those matchups and it cycles and it's fine, but I have come to the conclusion that I have almost never boarded like it to, it would be great that I had an Uro in my deck. Usually I track things in tournaments, how many times I will have wished for having those cards that I don't play. During the tournament, I would have never needed and during this last tournament this Sunday, never needed a Hirach. One time I would have wished I had an Uro in my deck. Almost one time I would have wished that I play Endurance, more to it later. And I have thought of playing Uro in the sideboard for those matchups, but it's always in my mind that it's better to play Uro in the sideboard for those matchups or to play another removal like Path to Exile. I have been playing Path to Exile with a lot of success, and it has been very good at dealing with almost any card that your opponent plays. So for playing Uro, I just play another removal spell. It's just so strong. And last on Endurance. Endurance is one of the cards that could be played inside of Teferi, but the deck has, if I remember right, only 19 blue cards, 12, 16, 19. So every time you cut at Teferi for a card that is not blue, your Force of Will gets. This means that I like Teferi being a blue card. That's also the reason I play sometimes Tamiyo. And Endurance lets you loop and do cool things. Some people play Boseiju, which is also terrible. You can loop with Boseiju and combo and keep your opponents without any resources. But I have felt that I never need to loop. There's some ways that you eat a lot of lands with Sylvan Safekeeper, and putting more lands in your deck with Endurance will be great, but this is against having a very bad card in your hand, in your deck. The Endurance does almost nothing. It's great like against Reanimate or against Tempo. Yeah, sometimes it's a card that I could see me playing, but it's not like a 10 out of 10 card. It's a 6 out of 10, and if you are comboing, sometimes it can do cool things, but the truth is, I never miss it. One time I was about, maybe this game I will need Endurance in my deck because they're Wasteland team. I was playing, I think, against lands, and they Wasteland me 3 times. So I don't know. Just in my testing, I win by just getting value, force of will in my opponent's cards, and attacking in 1 or 2 turns thanks to Bristibil. I think it was a game that my opponent paid Fatal Push, and then Bristibil I had to play early, and I still didn't need it. I just went for the game, just drawing a bunch of cards and attacking 4 times with Nadu, so it's really not worth. Then in the sideboard, nothing much to say. I like Hydroblast against cards like Price of Progress. Consign to Memory is a great card. Carpet of Flowers is just a fine card. I would like to play a second, but I didn't have space. 2 Veil of Summer, 1 Collector Roof, Force of Negation, some Fairy Macabs, some Force of Vigors. I could see me playing cards like Defining Silence, Gadoktik against the Forge deck, but at this tournament there was not a lot of Forge decks. A 3rd Veil of Summer, a 2nd Carpet of Flowers, a 3rd Force of Negation, a Pass to Exile, a 3rd Force of Vigor. Those are cards that come and go from my deck, but this is probably a quite good average sideboard. So for almost any event, that on deck building. I think this list is very, very strong. And I should be writing something for my Metafy to put it up because, I think the deck is great and it's really underplayed. It feels like sometimes it's, I'm not doing much until they just get overwhelmed by advantage. So, I'm gonna go through my rounds quite fast. I have the top 8 recorded, but so in this case, round 1 I beat Dimmer Tempo. I usually just play removal and resolve any relevant thing, and that matchup tends to be very good. It is like playing against Dimmer Reanimator, but they don't have a combo kill, so you just have to play the Bant control game until you play the Nadu game. Then round 2 I lost to Gruul Initiative, which was a sad game to lose. I knew they were playing that because they were sitting near to me in the first round. And they went Ancient Tomb Go. I played a green fetchland pass, and my hand was Source to Plowshares, another land, Force and blue card. They played Lotus Petal and Cavern Souls and played the green Initiative card, the Under Mountain Adventurer, I think it's the name. So I was okay, fine. End of turn, I fetch for the Dryad Arbor, go to my turn, play land, Source to Plowshares, your Initiative card, attack with Dryad, and get the initiative. The problem there is my hand right now was the land I searched for the initiative and Force and Brainstorm, and I was like, not great. They had Cavern, so the turns advance, I keep drawing lands, and I cannot force anything. One turn I draw a second Brainstorm, I have a lot of lands, and Nomads in play. A Nomads or a Nadu in play? No, I think a Nadu in play, and I draw a second Brainstorm, and I have like 5 mana. I go for Brainstorm. That Brainstorm gives me 3 lands, so I say, okay. I put 2 lands, I fetch for a Survey land, put the card in the bottom, and then I say, I have 4 mana, I have another Brainstorm. It's very hard that this card misses, and I Brainstorm it again into another 3 lands, and no blue card, so they played Fury, killed my Nadu, and took back the initiative, and then my game just was over. The second game they started strong. I was able to do some things, but they got a fast initiative. I stole it back. They stole it back again. Then they played Blood Moon and Magus of the Moon, and I lost. But the first game was just double Brainstorm into 3 lands. Not great. Round 3, I played against Turbo Depths, playing the Eldrazi that takes all the counter from the Dark Depths. And this is a very easy matchup. I'm playing a combo deck with Source to Plowshares, Prismatic, and in Anti-Fairies. Veil of Summer, so not a real challenge. They evolved to 5 game turn, and they started with Petal into Thoxis, which is already making them be on 3 cards, and then they get to make a married late against me. I show them the swords and they just concede. Round 4 I play against Boros Energy. They thought I was playing Forge or Cloudpost or something like that, and they kept a hand that was not great against Nadu. So I just went to win. Then game 2, I played a very slow game with removals and I didn't drop the combo until I had a Teferi online, so that because they were not playing threats, so I knew they had Swords, Pyroblast, and Discharge, and I was able to combo. Then they pass the turn, then they untap it and kill my Nadu, and they Wrath of the Skies my Safekeeper, my Nomads, and something else. Which getting Safekeeper killed is not great. That's one of the one of the games you will like to have the endurance, but I just had so much card advantage it didn't matter much. Round 5 I played against Back Beanstalk, one of the better players from my league here in Madrid. And yeah, the games were quite loop-sided. I was able to pull ahead quite good. In game 1, I had a turn 1 halfling that never got killed until turn 6 or so, but I was not able after Ponder, Brainstorm to find Teferi to finish the game, because Teferi is almost game against that deck. And then we go into the top 8, which I have recorded here, and I'm gonna comment the games. On my Metafry profile, you will find all my competitive Magic the Gathering content. You will get deck and sideboard guides, articles with ideas and analysis, and even the decks I will be playing in my next big tournament. I offer one-to-one coaching sessions to help take your game to the next level. Following is completely free, so hit the subscribe button and keep up with everything I post on metafy.gg. So this is the 6th round and the winner of the tournament. I was playing against a friend of me, John, and most of the people from Bilbao are called John, but so they were playing Cephalid Breakfast, and I don't know if all games are recorded. So I go turn 1 halfling. I think the fairy, and they have prismatic ending for it. I brainstorm fetch, and play a ponder. I cannot get comboed that turn, so I am shields down. They could play one of the combo pieces, and I draw my card for ponder. They think a bit about this. They play a Saga and play Shuku. So I might have a prismatic ending in hand, but I don't need to interact with it. And sadly the prismatic ending my Teferi on turn 1 because I made a halfling on turn 1, but because I was going to drop Teferi on turn 2, that can't be countered. And yeah, sadly here they force the Teferi. The thing is, if I had I don't know if this is game 2. This might be game 2. If I play the Teferi, they cannot play Nadu on while I bounce the Saga. So they had to have the Cephalid combo. I think this is game 2, in fact, where they had a Fairy Markup in hand. Okay, this resolves, and they have Cavern of Souls and no Nadu. So yeah, okay. This is game 2 for sure. Okay, my opponent. Yeah, this is game 2. I lost the first one. So I play another halfling and I have Swords to Plowshares up. My opponent draws and puts a construct. That means that they are not going to combo kill me this turn, which is great. They play another Shuko and they are on the Saga plan with double constructs. They only had one construct, so I put another construct, and then this is because they changed to the other table, but the game advances and they start attacking me, but in 2 turns I get to assemble the Nadu Nomads combo, and here's just me comboing off. I did the video to have only my games, but this is my hand, so I guess I'm winning this game. They made me just play it out. Probably you should consider that spot. But they wanted to see my deck and how I sideboarded. So they have some constructs, and I just keep doing Nadu things. I played a fairy, bounce a construct. And I cannot go for lethal this turn, but now I have a lot of cards. Double Source, okay. I have a lot of cards in hand. Double Source to Plowshares, another Nomad, another Teferi, and Prismatic Ending. So I'm not dying anytime soon. They're going to attack me. Here I block and redirect the damage to the halfling. And that means that they will just die the next turn with my attack and pumping double with Prestibil. Here we are 1-1. They play turn 1 Tamillo. and they have 1 days in their deck, if I remember correctly. So I just try to stop them from getting advantage from here, and I play ending on it. So I don't have to play the Tamiyo game against a Brainstorm. They have Saga, and I play my land and I Swords it. This resolves, and I play Halfling. They ending my Halfling and play Shuko. They miss the land drop, so no Saga comboing for them. And they play Nadu. They could have a Foss, but they don't have. So I just have a Nadu on board. They can Swords it, but I'm fine if they Swords it. I think I have another Nadu in hand. That gives value to me. Just being able to replace the Nadu every time. So here they play Pithy Needle on Nomads, which is fine for me. I'm playing the value game this time. They have the land, no construct, the swords, I reveal a nomad. So I force because I drew nomads, and that means that I'm probably just untapping. I play Tamiyo, untapping, and no, nomads is needled. So I draw nomads. Okay, I had Sylvan Safekeeper in hand. That was the reason probably I had it. So I'm not going to move. No reason to do so. Yeah, play a forest. I'm not going to attack because I want to stop the Tamiyo. I'm quite ahead and I don't want them to draw extra cards with Tamiyo. So attacking makes nothing while them attacking makes them draw cards. So I fetch, and here I surveil in my main phase to see if maybe the card on top is a Green Sun Zenith or something that deals with the Pithy Needle. Okay, I take green mana, I saw ending in hand, and ending gets some needle, and now I start comboing off, and not much to be said. Like, now my opponent has like no chances of winning. Okay. So here, playing the top 4 against Parrot, Cristobal, which is one of the probably best players in Spain. They're playing Dimir Tempo. I go Halfling Go, they push. I cast Brainstorm now that I can, and they have no Bowmaster up. I know they play some Bowmasters, at least 2 probably. So I'm trying to get to resolve my countries before they have the Bowmaster. I cast Ponder. Here I see a Force of Will, and I'm not convinced about that because Force of Will is a very bad card against Tempo, but I think I have a turn 3 Teferi. So I want to force through my Teferi. I play the Teferi, which for some reason resolves. My opponent has no days, no Brainstorm, no. So it resolves. I can bounce the Tamiyo. That means that they probably have the Bowmaster and are going to kill my Teferi. But this game's anyway a lot of tempo. I drew cards. So if they don't have the Bowmaster, I win the game. But now they play the Bowmaster, and Teferi is so strong in this matchup. I just force the Bowmaster so that I have a Teferi, and just this game is just over because of that, I think. Here they play Wasteland, so they have Nihil Spellbomb, okay, and they attack into the Teferi. Here I just source it to keep my Teferi alive, and they play Tamiyo there. In this matchup, just having Teferi is so strong, and my Teferi is still living. So every turn that Teferi lives, I'm very ahead. I Prismatic Ending thanks to the Teferi ability, the Tamiyo, and I Ponder. Still pondering. I keep a card, I play a land, and pass. I think here, okay, they Nihil. I think here I have a cool play. I have 1 card on top. 1 card in hand, I kept. So they search for the Surveillance. Maybe they have a cantrip and want to make this work a bit better. They play Tamiyo. And I'm fetching for, I guess, Massive Surveillance. I draw, play Brainstorm, and put 2 cards back. I plus Teferi. I plus 2. Okay, I thought it was on 2. Maybe, yeah. Now they have a second Wasteland. They're attacking Teferi, and I'm Zenithing in response thanks to the Nadu ability. And yeah, they put a clue, and I get to eat the Tamiyo. Now, I know they have a Fatal Push, but that's fine. That's just value for me. So I trigger, get another Zenith. Now they're double Wastelanding me, so that probably the Tundras, maybe? The Tropicals. Okay. So that they only have 1 green mana left if they Wasteland me again. I bounce with the Teferi. I think I have another Zenith in hand, and here I fetch, I get Zenith again. And they draw, and no way of coming back from this game. And here we have game 2. I have a good hand with Carpet of Flowers, but you don't want to play Carpet of Flowers on turn 1, even if it's tempting, because first they can get days, and second, your opponent is probably going to not fetch on Aggro Sea as their second land, so you want to delay this a bit. You play the Halfling, they interact with this, and then after they fetch for their second underground, you play your Carpet out. I play my Surveillant. Here I can play, okay, just another Halfling. I think a bit about attacking, but this game is not about attacking, and they didn't play anything on turn 1 and turn 2, so this smells like a Bowmaster so hard. I tell them I'm not going to attack into their Bowmaster. I say, yeah, so I guess I have to play it end of turn. Yeah, that's fine. Bowmaster comes, they have a token, and now they have searched for the second island, so my Carpet of Flowers is going to carry me the whole game from now on. Barrogoyfs comes in, which is good card. I play Carpet. This Carpet makes Dark Ritual each turn, more like Rite of Flame. So some extra mana, and I have a good hand, but I'm thinking how to sequence this and how to play into their spells, because they could have a Daze, and I probably don't want to cast anything into Daze. Okay, they get a token, and I have a Zenith, which I don't want to cash in right now. 3 mana. I cast a Ponder, having 2 green. I have 2 green in pool. That means I probably have Veil of Summer. Now with the Ponder, they are shooting with the Bowmaster, but I think I needed to cast the Ponder here. Okay, so life gets counted. I pay 2 and play Zenith for 1. Okay, this Zenith for 1. I still have Veil of Summer and Daze proof, so I play Safekeeper. That means that next turn I'm going to get a Nadu. This Zenith gets shuffled, and I play Nadu that can't get countered thanks to Halfling. So now I have my combo. I have some value. They might attack with Barrogoyf, but they will have a very hard time coming back. They cannot kill my Nadu. If they wasteland me, I get free triggers. So I'm just at a high enough life total, but I can't just wait it out until I draw something, because my hand doesn't do much. I think my hand is another Zenith and Veil of Summer, if I'm right. So they're brainstorming, and they have a lot of cantrips in hand, so the cantrips are great, but the cantrips doesn't do much when you are losing. You're just playing cards to miss cards. Okay, Barrogoyf attacks. They get Tamiyo back, which is a smart way of putting their game up. So they fetch. So now I have a ton of mana, and I guess I get Thoxis. Yeah. I have Zenith and Veil of Summer. I take the Zenith. I didn't want to crack lands to try to rip a land and play Veil of Summer. I'm still ahead, and most draws will probably make me win the game. So here I just attack them for 3, because I'm not going to block. They could attack with a 2/2 token, which I don't care. I can double block with the Halflings. And I think I drew a second Veil of Summer, so that can get dicey. Cristobal thinks, Brainstorm, Tamiyo, Force of Will in hand, double Brainstorm, and a Ponder. They will try to flip Tamiyo, which is probably okay. I guess that's what you have to play. Try to ride the Tamiyo to the win, but not great, because it's gonna +2, and I'm going to. Okay, I block the Barrogoyf. Doesn't want to lose more life and give them more value out of it. Tamiyo and pass. No Brainstorm yet. Now I play a land, and I do the same like I did before in the other round. I try to surveil to see if the top card is good, so it's worth for me going into the Safekeeper start. Put a Brainstorm to the bottom. Yeah, not great against a Bowmaster. I could still do some things with this. Okay, I think it's go time, and I start. Now I flip as a mistake my Halfling. Okay, I rip Nomads and Core, and now I think I realized that I tapped the Halfling as a mistake. Okay, I cast Veil of Summer first. Remember that I have a second Veil, so I cast it upwards to see what happens, and just to make them have double force. They can force this Veil. And then here I realize that the Halfling wasn't tapped as a mistake. They have 1 force, so they're trying to brainstorm into double force. This goes Tamiyo flips, which will be eaten by Nadu if it's needed. I still think they should have Tamiyo on their turn, but now they are forcing the Veil of Summer. I let this resolve. I don't want to give away I have a second Veil of Summer nor draw a card. So Nomads Encore resolves and I win the game. Okay, we are for the top 4 against Adrian Íñigo. Another great player from Spain has started playing Legacy lately. Got his lands deck. And Adrian Íñigo, for example, won a RC and with Lotus Bloom. So quite a talented young player. Okay, they have Cage on turn 1, which is always great against me. And now they rumble into Caracas, which is okay. I untap draw. I think this hand I needed to send it for Nadu. And so I play Nomads and play land and pass. So start having my first card of the combo here. I dismember. Okay, this is post-board. Okay, I'm already 1-0. Oh, this and then this game is very interesting. Okay, they play a Saga, and in response to the Saga, I play Force of Vigor on Cage and Saga, which is a very good play, but they think and they crop rotation thanks to Yabimaya. That means that they get another Saga, and that's a good way to pressure me. I play Teferi, which is a good card against them, and I bounce the Saga. Now, my opponent we're having here a conversation about what happens with the Saga if it copies, and so I explain him that it starts with 0 counters. So they're thinking on bouncing or having a fake Saga with the Thespian stage, which is a very good play. Now they have the first counter because it starts with 0. They play Loam on Saga, Boseiju, and Sejiri. And they play Caracas out to stop my Nadu. Okay, I don't know what happens. Okay, they jump into the other game. But after this game, I was quite choked on cards, and their multiple Sagas kept beating me, and I end up losing against the Loam and the Loam on Wasteland and Saga beats. But once I win the game 3, and now this is the finals time against lands, but in this case Nathan, which is also a very good player, he has won a lot of tournaments with elves in the past. Nathan plays the Sphere of Resistance deck, and this is game 1. Ancient Tomb go, and now in my upkeep they flute me and I play some response. So maybe that was not right. This is maybe my draw step. I don't know. I needed to play that brainstorm because if not, I was a bit on a bad shape. And now they name Nomads or Nadu? No, they name Nadu, if I'm right. Yeah, they name Nadu. So my plan is to greens and send it for Nadu, and I play Halfling. They have a Mox, they discard another Ancient Tomb, and they play for 2 life a Rumble. 1 colorless mana floating. This is a very good Rumble because it pins Loam and gets them exploration, and the Loam exploration combo is one of the things I fear the most. So they will be very fast at beating my cards. They have Cage, so now I cannot cast Nadu until I pay 6, and I cannot sin it for Nadu. Here play Nomads and Teferi. So my plan here is to get to draw, to untap and bounce the Cage and sin it for the Nadu and win the game. My opponent keeps me away from having the mana to do so for some turns. They play Yabimaya and now Exploration, Depths, and they play a Sphere. Now I'm 1 mana away to be able to send it for Nadu, so I need to hit a land drop. Here I think if I should just try to high roll the land, and I think that's probably not worth. So I just ponder to get sure to find the land. Most probably, okay, I attack for 1 or for 2. I attack, I play a land. So next turn I'm ready to send it for Nadu, but they Loam into Wasteland. So they have to play 3. They Loam into Wasteland. So now I'm starting to get Wasteland locked, and that's very bad. They play the Tomb. I play an end step Ponder with thanks to Teferi. And I draw. I don't have another land, so I'm still 1 land away of Teferi. I think that was an end step brainstorm. And here I play a Ponder trying to get that land. Okay, this is a fetch land, I guess. So I need to be able to fetch into a survey land to get another land. I attack, tank for a bit. And here I pass with the land. They are going to Loam again and play a Wasteland. They destroy my untapped land. I fetch with mana in pool. For some reason I thought I had a Ponder in hand. I don't know why. Because I should have searched here for a basic land to be able to get to 3 basic lands. But yeah, I surveil to the bottom. And I wanted to cast the Ponder, but for some reason the Ponder disappeared from my hand. I don't know what happened. Now they pay a lot of life and they have another Loam for Wasteland again. So this means that I need to get to the basics. Not finding here the basic lands has been terrible. So I have a Teferi with 7. That means that I can start bouncing things for value so that when I cast Teferi next turn, next turn I can Teferi again. I have a fetch land. I put on 3. I bounce the Sphere. I draw Nomad Encore. And thanks to Yabi Maya, I can play Sylvan Safekeeper. I realize that I don't have a Sphere, so I have 1 spare mana. And then I play a Nomad Encore. My opponent is at 10. So my plan here is just to start attacking them. Just Nomad Encore, Safekeeper, and the other Nomad just swing, win the game. Sphere gets casted again, and they pass. Now, if I draw a land... No, I didn't draw a land. I attack, pick up the ferry. I fetch for my basic land. I don't want to tap my non-basic so that it gets wastelanded, even if Yabimaya is on board. And here play Halfling. This makes that next turn I will have, if I draw another land, I will have mana to be able to sin it after bouncing the cage. Saga Wasteland. So now they are getting some pressure. And I untap, draw a land, bounce the cage, play land, tap everything. Seeing it for 3. There is some confusion with the opponent and the judge that I don't have enough mana. And I say, yeah, I'm paying 5. Seeing it for 3, paying 5. I've been planning to do this since turn 3. So, okay. Now I have the Nadu combo rolling. And this is just, okay, get a lot of lands. And my opponent ends up conceding in one moment or another. This game 2, my hand is very strong. I have the Nadu. I have Force of Vigor, I have a green card, and I have Force blue card. So my hand is great. And my opponent just... Okay, wait. Okay. Here is something missing. Okay. My opponent went turn 1 here. Okay. This is a bit of the start is missing, but my opponent went Mox, discard, Saga, play Saga, and I Force of Vigor the Mox and the Saga before the counter triggered. So this is just a 2-for-1, and my opponent lost their turn 1. So now I'm able to play on turn 2, on my turn 1, Flooded Strand, and they play Thespian Stage, they play Boots, and pass the game. So that means that I got them with the Force of Vigor, and I'm just starting to pull ahead. And I fetch again, and I have a turn 3 Nadu with white mana floating. So I have a Nadu, I have a Force, I think I have Nomads in hand. They play Sphere. I'm okay with the Sphere. And here I just rip like a pro the Nomads from the top, and I Prismatic Ending the Sphere, and I start comboing, and this is just game over. Just only now I get Dryad Arbor. I know I played the Fairy first to make sure nothing weird happens. Plus, and now I play Dryad Arbor to get just more and more triggers. I pass the turn, my opponent taps, and I win the tournament. Yoo-hoo! So I win the tournament, and yeah, I get this cool trophy from the 22nd Arcanis Infinity Edition. And yeah, I won the big tournament. And one more day, Nadu delivering, and Nadu being a great card in Legacy. Here, if you want to see the deck again, this is the deck list. And yeah, Nadu is probably with Nadu Elves, Nadu Midrange, Blue Cloudboss, and Moonstompy, the 4 decks I'm thinking of playing at Eternal Weekends right now. I don't know what I will choose for the end of next month. But yeah, those are my 4 front runners. First, I want to wait until the 10th of November where the ban list will be announced, and maybe they change something in Legacy and that changes my mind. But yeah, this is it. And yeah, thanks today for the subs to Edo Mambo and Nostra Parka and someone else who subs up, but I didn't see. And yeah, if you like this video, like and subscribe on YouTube, and just comment if you whatever you feel. So thank you everyone, and bye.